So the new abbot came to Barovia about 100 years ago. And as the legend goes, when it was reopened, swaths of ill people went to the Abbey in the hopes of getting their illnesses cured, and no one ever came back.
Oh.
So...
Sounds like we might find some Kool-Aid up in that there, Abbey.
Looking at this winding path leading up a steep mountainside to the Abbey sat high above the rest of the city. The time is yours.
Asha, how long did you say the trek was again?
Well, none of us have made it in quite some time, but if you make a good pace up there, shouldn't take you long. Maybe an hour's hike.
That is like really the smallest distance we have covered in weeks.
Deep breaths, old man. Thunk, thunk. two big meaty pats on the shoulder.
No, I could really use Desdemona about now.
Yeah, where did we leave Desi? We just stabled
Did you
her?
bring the cart here?
We did. We rode the cart up.
Probably just stabled her.
So yeah, we'll say you left the cart and stabled her by the burgomaster's mansion. I think you'll be fine having a bit of a hike up the mountainside.
Are there any beasts said to live up here?
As I say, I cannot speak to what you'll find up there. And you'll forgive me for not accompanying you up the mountainside itself. I must return to my duties.
This feeling that you say everybody gets that's not good. What does that feeling feel like?
Strange. It's like an instinct, like an intuition. Just the hairs standing up on the back of your neck. And actually, Asher, he turns to you, Artemis. I think you may have some inkling of what I mean. I take from the cut of your cloth and your armaments that you are one who wanders these wide wildernesses, eh?
Sure.
Well, we'll just call it an instinct. A hunter's instinct.
Well, if the devil of the darkness has tainted the place, you can be sure that we will flush it out.
I can only say I hope. Best of luck to you. You'll receive a warm welcome should you come back down.
Oh, we will.
Don't you mean when you come back?
When you come back down. I'm sorry. You live in these mists long enough, your pessimism sneaks its way in.
Semantics were never really a strong suit of mine. Take out the blood spear and start walking out.
I'll follow after.
Best of luck, adventurers.
She spins it with a flourish.
Go with the morning's light.
Sorry, am I real glitchy?
No, you're right.
No.
I
We just want to make sure. How's that? You see my ugly mug now? Alright.
You see too much of my screen, I don't want to give away the secret.
That was his plan all along.
So, Asher bids you farewell at the base of the hill. The time is yours.
Guys, lead the way. Winnie, stay close.
I thought he was going to say, carry me.
Okay.
What was that?
Nothing!
Artemis,
Yes, friend?
keep an eye out on these hills for any monsters or perhaps a mountain lion that might try to take advantage of us.
Sure thing.
Alright?
A mountain lion who like catcall us. Do we have Sasha and Pasha with us this time?
Sasha will be with you, and I think, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume that Pasha is nearby.
Okay, great.
Pasha went off into the woods, didn't he? Like in the little inn crest, didn't he kind of wander off and
We can say he caught up with us like at the bottom of the hill.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, Sasha and I will kind of flank Kaz on either side of the path.
Cool.
Great. That's good.
Awesome.
So, you begin your way up the switchback path that leads up the hill to the Abbey. It dominates the horizon in a sort of eerily familiar way as you think back to the village of Barovia and the castle of Ravenloft dominating the sky while being there. The Abbey, in much the same way, looms over the entire village. And making your way up the switchback path up to the top, the road to the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the Abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and rocky earth. It's chilly up here. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings to either side, of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke. To either side of this iron portcullis are two piles of what looks to be animal skins.
As we walk by snow, if I see snow on a leaf, I'm going to whack the leaf and make the snow fall off. And I see snow on the ground, I'm going to go and make footprints in the snow.
It's a very light dusting, like the first, snow of the... So, like, as you put your foot down, it reveals the bare earth beneath. But yeah, absolutely, you make a little foot trail. Like the first snow of winter in the inland. Pasha follows behind, stepping in your footprints.
Aw.
I'm going to take one leaf off and, dump snow in my mouth.
You do so.
Drogar is very much cold.
Oh,
He
okay.
feels it in his bones. He is like, oh, curse the cold.
He's an old man and he's cold-blooded, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can I look at the animal hides or animal skins? Like, are they fresh? Are they
Sure. Yeah, you want to walk up to the door and investigate them?
Yeah, just kind of look around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a perception or investigation.
Guidance!
Ooh.
Add a d4.
I need it. What'd you say, perception?
Perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
That will be a
Garage door.
12.
12?
Yeah.
So you make your way up. They don't appear... these look a little weathered and old. Whatever animals these belong to were skinned a long, long time ago. So, as you approach them, Artemis, you are startled to find the one on the left, a snout like a wolf, pokes its way out from between a couple of the skins and starts sniffing curiously around the air as you approach.
So I'll back up, draw my weapon, and is it how big is the snout? Is it like?
It looks like a dog's or a wolf's snout.
Like dog or wolf?
It looks like a wolf. It's recognizably a wolf's snout.
I don't want to just shoot it.
Yeah, work that animal charm there, Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I'm sure I have some type of food on me or something, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You all have some rations.
Some rations.
Yeah. Do you want to present a bit of kibble for this?
Yeah. I'll just say easy boy, and I'm just gonna toss it in front of it, and then I'm gonna see what's about to emerge from this.
You do so.
Yes.
And as the maybe rasher of dried bacon comes to settle in front of the pile of skins, the snout again.
Oh god, Scooby-Doo.
And emerging from the pile of skins,
Please be Falcor the Luck Dragon.
this wolf snout gives way to a human head. One ear is human, the other is the large, sort of protruding antenna of a donkey.
Ooh.
As this head pokes its way out of the skins, it looks around and its eyes come to focus on you, Artemis, and says, "Oh, visitors? Visitors? Oh boy! We never get visitors!" And this creature crawls out of this pile of skin. As described, his nose and mouth is the snout of a wolf. Head of human with long, stringy black hair. One ear is human, the other is a donkey ear. His legs are leonine, like the legs of a cat or lion. And he has a donkey's tail. And as he emerges, he quickly snaps up the rasher of bacon and scarfs it down, and then looks at all of you and says, "Oh boy, welcome to the Abbey. Well, my name's Otto. I open the door. It's what I do." And then he goes over to the other pile of skins and says, Ziggy, wake up, we have guests!
Drogar looks at the group and goes, "They're too far gone." He casts Burning Hands.
No!
I'm just kidding.
And as he goes over and shakes the other pile of animal skins like a child on Christmas morning who is excited that Santa has come.
Oh my goodness.
Another figure emerges from the pile of skins, this time a woman whose half of her face is covered in lizard scales. One of her eyes is a cat's eye. And as she emerges, you see both of her arms are these huge, massively disproportionate to the rest of her body, gorilla arms.
Whoa.
Wow.
She kind of climbs out. She does not seem quite as excited as the other, but she kind of climbs out. She has a hood still up over her head, obscuring some of her more animalistic features. And she gets up and starts wringing her massive gorilla hands together. And says, "Hello, I'm Siegfried. And the other one, goes to her and says, "It's okay, Ziggy. It's okay. It's what you do." And she says, "I am Siegfried. I welcome visitors. It's what I do. So, hi."
I'd like to take out another, or 2 more rations, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, "Well met, friend. I'm Artemis Silverbow, and these are my companions. We mean you no harm, and I offer you some food."
Siegfried looks a little nervous, and she kind of stares at you hesitantly, almost looking like she wishes she could slink back into the pile of animal skins, like Homer Simpson into the bucket. But the other, Otto, keeps whipping his head back and forth from Siegfried to the rest of you. He's like,
He's fucking goofy.
Yeah.
"Oh, thank you very much. We are well fed from our master, but I won't say no." And he snaps up what you've offered and continues to down it. And as he's chewing on it, he looks back to the rest of you and says, "Are you all here to see the master?"
I guess that depends on who the master is.
"Oh, well, the master is the kindest, most sweetest, most generous, most nicest, most smartest, most bestest, most beautifulest master anyone has ever had."
Really?
Yeah! Oh, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Winnie.
Oh, hi, Winnie. I'm Otto. I open the door. It's what I do.
Wow. Is your master really, really that nice?
He is the brightest candle that has ever been lit.
Oh. I'm gonna tug on Pasha's nightshirt, and I'm gonna say, "Does he seem cold?"
Well, he certainly seems friendly enough, though I've never seen one of his kind before.
Can I roll something to see if I see Frankenstein markings upon these
Sure.
creatures? Do they look natural, or do they look like they've been sewn together?
Great. Yeah, give me a perception check.
And Drogar will Arcana check, though. That's okay.
You wanna?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
No. It's a 7 total. I'm pretty distracted.
Okay.
You look over them. There are no seams. It's strange. It's like where the human flesh meets the fur or scales or whatever it is. It's like a very clear divide. But they don't. But it seems like they just meet each other. There's no stitches or sutures or anything of that nature.
Okay. So Drogar studying them rolls an 18, which gets him a 22.
Arcana?
Yeah. Looking at both of these creatures and seeing the sudden shift of humanoid to
Your inclination, Drogar, like just looking at them off the first bat, I think is probably, and because you chose Arcana, I'm going to assume your first instinct was like some sort of polymorph,
Right.
or some sort of transfiguration magics.
Right.
But it does not smack of that. You do not get the like faint, lingering ley lines of arcane magic on these folks.
Tell me, Otto.
Oh,
Oh, Trevor!
hello! My name's Otto. I open the door. It's what I do.
Yes. Otto and Siegfried.
What's your profession, Otto?
I open the door. It's what I do.
Sorry.
Yes.
What line of work you in, Otto?
As you're doing that on purpose, and I don't appreciate it.
I am, and I'm sorry. I'm done. I had to do it once.
Can you tell me how it is that you acquired such parts of other animals?
Oh, our master saved us. That is why we serve him now.
What did he save you from?
Terrible illness. Certain doom.
Like you were really sick?
Oh, our whole family. Ziggy here is my sister. We were most certainly doomed, but we came here hoping for the Master's help, and he made us all better. And what's more, he gave us purpose in life. Now, I know what I was put on this earth to do. I open the door. It's what I do.
How many times do you get to open the door?
We don't get a lot of visitors these days, so yeah, this is the first time.
This is the first time ever you got to open the door?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I hope I remember how to do it.
In all of this, what is Ziggy up to over there?
She looks very nervous. She's trying her best to be unnoticed. Ziggy greets new guests. That's what she does. She did it, and I am hoping that she's thinking just something else happens.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ziggy,
Yeah.
do you think that the Master is as nice as he thinks the Master is?
Well, the Master did save us, and he is very beautiful, and I am grateful for the home that he gives us.
Are you okay?
She's fine. She's just a little shy.
Otto, do you remember what it was like before you were transformed?
Oh, I do. Oh, the pain, the bandages, the medicine that never helped, the misery of watching your family in pain. Oh, I don't care to think of it. Ever since we came here, the Master has given us a much better life.
And where is the rest of your family now?
All throughout the Abbey. We are only here to greet guests and open the door. It's what we do. Head inside and you'll meet the rest of our family and learn what it is they do.
Do you want to come with us, or do you have to stay out here?
Oh, I would very much love to accompany you. I'll show you in and introduce you to the Master. He is the brightest, smartest, sweetest, kindest benefactor anyone can hope for.
And Ziggy, would you like to come with us?
I should stay here and attend to my duties. It's what I do.
I think you did a really great at your duties, and we've never been here before, and we're a little scared.
Oh, well, if you're feeling scared, I guess I could help.
Do you want to stay here with me and my friend Pasha?
Okay, that might be nice.
Okay, yeah, stay right here between me and Pasha.
Oh, good job, Ziggy, making friends. I'm so proud of you. Well, can I open the door now?
Please, Otto.
Oh, it's what I do! And he makes his way over to a little, sort of like, what do you call?
A crank?
Yeah. You know, that raises a portcullis, you know?
Yeah.
And he puts two hands and, like, fervently starts cranking it back and forth, and the heavy iron bars of the portcullis begin to rise up. clearing your way. And once they reach their zenith,
Drogar leans into Kaz and goes, "When was the last time you saw a portcullis on a abbey?"
I've never been to an abbey, so I couldn't really tell you. Wait, there was one in Valaki, or Barovia, but it didn't have one of those.
No, it didn't, did it?
Either way, Ziggy, for your first time, I mean, the door was not open and now it is, so, good job.
Otto opens the door.
I meant Otto.
Thank you! Was I alright?
I mean, like I said, door wasn't open, now it is, so
Oh, let's go!
as far as I'm concerned, perfect success.
Fairly impressive door opening.
he snaps his heels together and gives like a really emphatic salute, and then like starts running into the abbey
I
courtyard.
just hear a slide whistle, like.
Something about you giving an emphatic salute. You were born to do it.
Much like Otto, he's been waiting his entire life to just give an emphatic salute.
So
I'm
Z-
already sad. I'm not sure why yet. I'm so sad though.
I mean,
It's
the sense that I'm getting, meta speak, is that we're gonna have to fucking kill this master in front of them. Like, this master sounds like he might be an evil dude.
I'm very scared.
There's
Who's giving you that impression? He said he's the smartest, bravest, kindest, sweetest, brightest benefactor anyone could
And
ever
if
have.
I thought he were smart, I might have believed him.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, so Otto gayfully makes his way into the abbey courtyard. Siegfried continues to sort of like wring with anxiety her huge gorilla hands and follows after. The time is yours.
Can I just look at the mechanism of the portcullis and just see if is there any way I could easy way I could jam it open?
He seems to have left it open. Otto has.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any does it look like they can quickly close it or anything, or does it look like it's
The apparatus that he used, there's no one. You don't see any other anyone else at the door here, and the apparatus it's just kind of locked into place. So he seemingly has just left it open. They've been very welcoming and forthcoming so far.
If you're trying to make me feel like an asshole for being suspicious, then mission accomplished. Because I am very suspicious.
Drogar wants to just do a perception check of the area and see who he sees
Outside or moving inside?
moving inside.
Moving
Yeah,
inside.
Yeah.
Well, as we're following
Well,
Otto and
that's
Ziggy.
not going to get me shit.
So, moving in past the gatehouse here, you see the abbey looming up in front of you. In the courtyard, off to the here's the map.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
So this is the north gate you've just come through.
Okay.
Making your way in, off to the west, you see rows and rows of graves.
Okay.
But Otto and Ziggy continue along this main path, which kind of winds along the wings of the abbey.
It's humongous.
It's huge. It's huge.
This is humongous.
Not as big as Castle Ravenloft, but the biggest, by far, the biggest structure you've come across.
As we pass by the graves, Drogar will tug Otto's shirt and keep him from walking ahead and just go, Otto, whose graves are those?
Oh, well, many of our family who have departed this dear earth. There are a few who look over also the graves of those who lived here before we did. There are a few of us who look over the graveyard. Oh, my brother Valen, my sister Constance, and my sister Lenora. They tend to the graves. It's what they do.
I see now. There's a task for everyone.
Oh yes, as I said, the master not only healed our rotting flesh, he also gave us purpose in life.
Oh,
I'm so upset.
I'm sorry, what did the master heal?
Our rotting flesh.
Ah.
Well, come on, let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
Something is off.
Is this the feeling that the townspeople were describing having that makes them want to leave this place? Because if it
Maybe
is,
this
I think
the
I'm.
feeling.
I think maybe I'm feeling it.
There's something amiss here.
I feel really sicky.
Yes. People are not meant to live like this.
Carrying on, as you sort of come around the bend here, you can see off in the distance also, and I'm sorry Tyler, I know you probably can't catch it from here.
I can see enough.
But like, as you come around the bend, off to the east, you see huge patches of gardens, and you see many more of these like sort of figures, these like animalistic, sort of chimeran humanoid figures off tending to the rows of greenery far off. But Otto brings you to sort of another main gate. A 15-foot high curtain wall joins the Abbey's two wings. Behind its battlements, guards stand at attention, their features obscured by fog. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot-tall wooden doors reinforced with bands of steel. To the right of these doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plaque.
Does it say anything?
Making your way up to it, it does. Making your way up and looking at the copper plaque, it says, "May her light cure all illness."
Oh.
It is weathered and beaten, and you kind of have to squint your eyes a little bit to read it out. It looks like it's been weathered by many, many years.
May her light cure all illness.
It's not Mother Night, is it?
Icky?
Light of night? Like, I would think
Or
Mother... It's Mother Night and the Morning Lord.
Right, but
Sicky?
may her.
Who is the lady that sign is talking about?
Well, I never met her. The master doesn't say a lot, but someone else lived here before we did. This place was named after her, I think.
Oh, is
Do you
that
remember
for
the-
Saint Markovia?
That sounds right.
She cured all illnesses?
Until, well, she couldn't cure death.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you know anything about Miss Markovia? And is your master, like, trying to keep doing what she was doing?
Well, I know that she wanted to fight the bad man, the devil, and the master certainly wants to as well.
That's good.
But I don't know much about her. We didn't get here until way after she was gone, and the master reopened this place.
Knowing that he's a enemy of devils makes me a little less apprehensive.
Yes.
Oh, he hates the devil. Oh, as do all of us.
I tell you something, Otto. So do I.
This is Siegfried you're talking about.
Mother. Tell you what, Zig Toe. Devil sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
I want to look at these guards that are obscured by mist.
Give me a perception check.
It's a 14.
Not but scarecrows. And you draw closer.
They're just scarecrows.
Scarecrows,
They're
okay.
not real guards.
Correct. Otto is still merrily making his way through this sort of inner courtyard entrance.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, Pasha, you got this? Will you just hang out here with Ziggy for a second?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna skip up to Otto.
Oh, hi! I remember you!
And I'm gonna keep skipping because I assume his normal walking speed is about my skipping speed.
He like kind of looks down at his feet as you skip, and he starts like kind of like, you know, if you run with like flippers on, he kind of starts doing that.
Whoa, this is fun!
Bit of like a Jack Sparrow run.
Yeah.
What kind of vegetables do you grow here, Otto?
Oh, green!
That's a really good color.
I think so!
Do you grow carrots here?
No, just greens.
Dang it! Got to something.
That's it.
Drogar looks at Pasha and goes, just keep your wits about you, yes?
Okay.
We're in a strange place. He gives him a wink.
I shall make sure you all are very safe.
And Drogar will give him a little, like the gentlest of like pats on the cheek, and just kind of walks on forward, and heading toward Otto and Kaz and Artemis and everybody who's leading toward wherever Otto is taking us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the one or more of my weapons are just like loose in their scabbards.
Great.
But Kaz is fine.
Yeah, the leather strap that my mace is attached to its frog in is definitely open.
If there's like a snap or something, just like that's unclipped.
So making your way into the inner courtyard,
Let's do it.
making your way inside, the thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall, on which stand several guards with their backs to you. Or so it seemed at first. It's clear now that these guards are merely scarecrows. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the Abbey's 2 wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fixed with an iron winch, to which rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging walls, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troughs. 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of these wooden posts is another humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles in place of their mouth. As you make your way in, you see the creature bound to the wooden post spread its bat-like wings and try to and beat them against the air, trying to take off rapidly from the ground. But as it ascends, the iron chains are manacled around its neck, sort of snap taut, and it falls back to the earth, scrounging in the dirt.
Otto, who's that?
Oh, that's Morenza. She has the sickness.
She has it?
Yeah. You see, the Master healed our flesh and gave us purpose in life. But sometimes we get a sickness if we forget what it is we're supposed to do.
What was she supposed to do?
Fetch water from the well.
And she forgot to do that.
She asks the questions.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes. That's a big
Yikes.
yikes.
So she is forced to be staked to a post.
Well, hopefully she'll get better, and then she'll remember what it is she does, and then everything will be okay.
Lead on, Otto.
I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a message to Morenza.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Morenza, ask me anything you want to ask me.
The voice that comes back and touches your mind, Winnie, you double over and fall to your knees as screaming torment fills your head. What am I? What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? Ah! And it cuts off, and you can see Morenza sort of squirm and tug and pull and batter against the chain that binds her to this post. And her strength spent, she just kind of falls over and begins kind of like rolling and writhing in the dirt in the courtyard.
And I think I see Winnie, like, double over. Do I? Do I see you, like,
Yeah, I
fall
think
over?
I just like
Yeah.
fall to my knees with this voice ringing in my head. And
Winnie.
I'm just like watching her.
Winnie. Are you alright?
This is horrible.
There's something wrong.
There is something really bad.
So Drogar will unstrap his shield and just have it on his arm. And he's ready. Like, he doesn't have his mace out, but he's ready. And he goes, "Take us to your master, Otto."
Okay, just wait here for a little bit. I'll go fetch him.
Very well.
While he goes to fetch him, I'm just gonna walk towards Marinza and just watch her.
So Otto kind of scampers off towards the northern wing of the Abbey. So you're left just sort of standing in the courtyard, and as you approach Marenza, it seems that like her energy has been spent. You can see she's kind of lying defeatedly up against the pole. You see her chest rise up and down as she breathes heavily. Around her neck where the manacle is fastened, you can see it rubbed raw and scabbed over. And she just looks up at you with sort of doleful eyes, clacking her spider mandibles together.
I'm gonna just walk right up to her if I can get, like,
Yeah.
as far as I am from you to me.
You do so.
And I'm gonna just take out Tally-Ho and hold him. You're Marinza?
She just kind of like throws her head back a little bit, spreading her spider-like mandibles, and just a sort of hissing sound, like air escaping through cracks in a wall, escapes.
Can you talk? Or not really? Do you want to be healed? Or no? This is the worst thing you've ever done.
Drogar will step, seeing Winnie where she is, will step up to Winnie and kind of put a hand on her shoulder and just go, I think we do not have all the information yet. Perhaps there is a way to save these people. It seems like abjuration or polymorph magic, but strangely I do not sense the way lines of that. Something was done to these people. Perhaps there is a way to reverse it.
Okay.
But we first must meet this master.
Okay.
He just kind of puts an arm around her and just kind of goes, You have a good heart, young one. A very good heart.
This is getting really hard.
Yes. This place is woeful. And yet it continues to amaze me the torment and evil that Strahd is capable of. But do you know what impresses me more, young Winifred? And he takes a knee, and he looks her directly in the eye.
Her name's Wincelet.
I'm sorry, what?
Her name is Wincelet.
Oh, that's right. Young Wincelet. Winifred was another person I knew years.
That was my next question, but I was holding on to it.
I'll tell you some other time. Young Wincelet, what continues to amaze me is that despite all odds, and in the face of complete and utter annihilation, you persevere. And that is what the light is all about. It doesn't matter whether you see it, or whether it is with you. What matters is that you persevere. And as scary as this is, and he looks over at this creature that's in agony. The only thing that we can do is what we are capable of. We must see the situation, judge it as we see fit, and do whatever we can. So let us see what this master has to say. And then you and I and Artemis and Kaz will make the final call. to his full dragon height. And we'll just kind of...
At which point, you see Otto making his way back down into the courtyard, accompanied by another figure. The figure walking beside him now, also small. They're all also a little stunted. They're all like between like 4'5" and 5'1". All
Oh
of these
wow,
individuals.
they're short.
Yeah, they're a little stunted.
A bunch of Kristen Chenoweths.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito's.
It's me! I'm the master!
Making his way back, you see a difference in Otto's body language. He looks a little more like reserved and tucked away, and he actually, before he even reaches the rest of you, he kind of scurries back. He looks at all of you and gives you another little wave and sort of a wide, toothy grin, and makes his way back to the front courtyard and back to his post. He opens the door. That's what he does.
Right.
The figure now approaching you looks like a man with a sort of pale, dirty blonde beard. Goat horns coming up out of his the hair that matches the color of his beard, and directly to the side of his head, what looks like the head of a baby. Sort of sat, positioned between his shoulder and the side of his face.
Like a tumor. Like...
One of his legs is human. The other looks like the broad, powerful leg of a black bear. One of his hands is human. The other is a crab's claw. He sort of shuffles his way over to you. The baby's head appears asleep, dreaming blissfully, while his eyes fix on each of you appraisingly.
He has the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
Here he is, if you want to see him.
Oh no, I don't.
I don't. I regret seeing him.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh!
Show us Tyler.
Oh no!
I said to Campbell today, I'm like, we're gonna get into some dark shit. Are you okay to go?
I take it back.
No, I'm not okay. I wasn't ready.
Consent can be withdrawn at any time.
It's
There
true.
we go.
He hobbles his way up to you, and gives like a deep bow, holding back his crab claw in a sort of salute, and then brings himself back up to his full stature and looks at you all appraisingly and says, "Cloven Bellevue, at your service. Otto has informed me that you wish to see the master."
Oh, that's not. Oh, sorry. No. I thought you were the. No, that's not important. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we're here to see the master.
Please.
Oh my god. You know when
That got me.
Well done, Trevor. Walk this way.
and he then proceeds to crab walk.
I saw Marty Feldman is all I saw. Oh.
That is what he says. So he looks at you and he says, "Please, walk this way." And then he turns around and starts shuffling back towards the north wing.
I just look at Cass and go,
Good God.
And Kaz just crab walks up the steps.
He said walk this way.
yeah, Drogar follows.
Cloven Bellevue,
Yeah.
please, walk this way.
I'll take one look over my shoulder.
Drogar puts a hand on Kaz and goes, "No, he meant in the direction, my dear."
Got it.
Drogar says,
I'm so fucking tired of that joke. If you're not Mel Brooks, you can't make it.
The assholes do
I have in this.
Anyway, we follow.
Leading you towards the north wing of the Abbey.
I just took one last look over my shoulder at Marenza, and then just make sure Pasha's with me, and then go ahead.
He extends a hand and grips yours in his. Don't worry, Winnie. Something that I've learned is that I would rather face the worst horrors of this world with all of you than spend another day safely locked away in a cage.
Okay.
I'll keep you safe. 'Cause I know you'll keep me safe.
Yeah, I will.
That's cool.
Okay.
And you make your way. Moving into the north wing of the Abbey, Cloven brings you through the huge swinging double doors into what appears to be a fine dining room.
Remember the last time we were in a nice dining room?
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 times we were in nice dining rooms. Note to self.
We have not.
Don't trust a nice dining room.
We have not debriefed our sessions with Strahd.
Fool me thrice. Shame on. Fool me can't. Fool me again. I'm sorry.
No.
I forgot how the phrase goes halfway through. Don't judge me.
That was it.
Thank you, Cloven.
Gentle sounding music trickles from above, played on a single stringed instrument by some unseen master. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched, leaded glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire in a hearth, while above the fireplace mantel hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs to the upper level, while in another, a stone staircase descends farther down. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman. She's in a fine, elegant dining gown, and a wedding veil covers her face. She busies herself, moving about the table, setting it as if for a catered function. She seems lost in her own thoughts. As you enter into the room, Cloven turns back to you all and says, "The master will host you for a fine dining affair. We'll be having shellfish."
I'm sorry. Did you say self?
Shellfish!
Shellfish?
You heard what I said! Please make yourself comfortable. The master...
Too late.
The master will join you shortly.
I don't think I'll ever be comfortable ever again.
If I don't find my fiddle hearing, I'm gonna die.
Here, Campbell, lose mine.
Cloven then turns and heads up the staircase leading to another level. The time is yours.
That guy really skeeves me out.
I heard that!
Is this woman, is she still in here with us?
She's still just moving about the table, setting it for dinner.
And the master's nowhere to be seen.
Not that you can see.
Unless that's her.
Unless that's her.
Ladies can be masters too.
It's true.
You're very, very correct.
And I think, in fact, Kaz, seeing her not paying attention to us, will very loudly and rudely clear her throat.
She seems unbothered and continues setting the table as if for a fine occasion.
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
court to the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you do?
She stands back straight up and turns to you. A really regal ball gown. And again, that wedding veil, sort of wedding veil just covering her face. She turns to you as you approach, and grabbing the sort of hots of her skirt, folds them up in an impressive display, and bending at the knees, gives a courteous bow. Then steps back, pulls out one of the the finely detailed wooden chairs, and gestures towards you, sort of beckoning you to sit.
You are not the master.
She again just beckons to the chair.
Trevor will sit down.
You do so. And she scoots you, as you take your place at the table, she sort of like scoots you back into place.
Is she still setting the table?
And continues about her work, yeah.
Is she like taking things from something else and putting them on the table, or is she just arranging?
She has like a picnic basket slung over one elbow, from which she pulls silverware and cutlery and displays them finely, like laid out like you would expect at like a high society ball. She also pulls from the basket several napkins with one hand she sort of like and folds them into an intricate stand-up shape and places them gingerly on the sort of plates at each dining space.
Did I ever tell you all that I can play a trumpet at a 5th grade first chair level?
And here you and here you are slumming it with us.
Carnegie Hall called. They want their trumpeter back.
That's so cool, Tyler.
That's
I'd love to
awesome.
hear you play trumpet one day.
I'm pretty good. At least like 27 years ago, I was pretty good.
I bet you are, you gorgeous bastard.
All right,
Okay.
Winnie.
I'm gonna try and sneak up to her while she's putting stuff on the table out of her basket, and I'm gonna try and take a couple of silverwares out of her basket, and kind of go up behind her and see what she's doing. And I'm gonna say, we never did anything this fancy when we were eating dinner, but it seems like how princesses would eat like.
As you reach into the basket and take out some of the cutlery, she again sort of wheels around, the edges of her a long gown flowing, like lifting themselves up at the motion of her body, and then coming to like swaying and swaying back a bit, just like kind of like flowing in a really elegant way. And she again looks down at you and gives you again a small bow, and sort of gestures to the place that she was setting. And as if to say, please carry on. And she sort of like, as you hold up one of the silverware, she extends one long graceful finger and just delicately points to the place in which to set it. And kind of like maps it out for you. And the two of you maybe like continue to set the table together.
Cool. Yeah.
Drogar's like, well, I feel like an asshole.
Kaz does a really awkward and very like masculine bowing motion and says,
I wonder where I should sit.
She extends, she pulls out, again, as you say so, her head swivels towards you, her wedding veil moving gracefully and effortlessly as if moved by a subtle breeze. And she again gives you just a courteous bow and pulls back one of the chairs and gestures for you to sit.
Kaz, with a very big, toothy, awkward grin, takes her seat.
Can I see it? Can you see anything through her veil?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Come on, baby.
Can I do that also?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what my perception score is. It's actually not bad. It's better than you think for Kaz. What'd you get?
I got a 14.
I got a 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Winnie, through the fine silvery threads of the wedding veil, it obscures her face. But Kaz, as you look, perhaps as she's moving the chair up for you to sit, and you pass close by her, You can make out the sort of features of her face and the fine, red, blushing cheeks beneath.
And they look... Do all parts... Do both cheeks look human?
Yeah, she looks like a blushing bride ready for wedding day.
Huh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, Kaz will take your seat.
What? I didn't do anything!
Sometimes.
Oh, you know what you did, you
Sometimes
bastard.
Trevor is DMing and then he'll go like this. At me. I
For the
don't know what
listening
it
audience,
means.
for the listening audience, Campbell just made a coy face.
In tow, she sort of brings a chair up for all of you, and all of you make your... and once you're all settled at the table, the elegant harp music grows a bit louder as you're all sat at the table. And coming down the staircase, holding in one hand a beautiful silver crescent-shaped harp, held delicately and gingerly against their breast and sort of tucked up under the chin like a violin would be. Long fingers dance elegantly across the strings, making the music that now soothes and lulls all of you as you sit at the table. A beautiful man with long golden hair, bright blue eyes, descends the staircase, coming to rest at the bottom. And just as the music comes to sort of a crescendo, he lifts his fingers away. My friends, what a happy day indeed. I was told by my fair children that at long last my Abbey has received pilgrims. A joyous day indeed. Please, come, seat yourselves. Enjoy. There is much to discuss, I am sure, but before we turn our minds to business, please first rest your weary souls, as I'm sure you have come far. He begins plucking again.
That is the master.
I mean,
Oh, master. Please forgive me. My children have an exuberant mind. I do not claim to be lord or master here. I am but simply a humble servant. Please, just call me the abbot.
And who is it that you serve, Abbot?
I serve the greater truth, the light.
Winnie looks right at Drogar.
You serve the light.
I am sure you have many questions, and I am sure what you have seen thus far has prepared you for a skeptic, inquisitive entrance, and I do not blame you for this, but please, all will be answered in time. First, I beg you, sit, eat, relax, so that your minds are better prepared for conversation, and all questions will be answered.
Pardon my skepticism. The last time we were offered to sit and eat and relax, we found ourselves at the mercy of the devil.
Ah, more than pardoned. I more than understand. Please. He claps his hands, sort of like in a swift movement, kind of like holding the harp in the crux of like shoulder to elbow, and claps his hands speedily, and then resumes the playing motion before the last note even stops echoing through the hall.
Fucking badass.
And the woman in the gown with the wedding train over her face straightens up and like elegantly, like the ballerinas in Fantasia, sort of like makes her way off through a door. Vasilka will bring you many a fine food, and I would be insulted if you did not allow me to take the first bite to prove to you that I mean you no harm.
Vasilka.
Yes. My ward.
It seems your bride.
Not mine. Just an overseer. I look out for her.
Why is she dressed like a bride?
Will be revealed in time. But first, please, I do implore you to rest your weary heads and minds. Sit. And at that moment, Vasilka does come out with 2 trays held elegantly, balanced perfectly on her hands, one with drink, the other with sort of an appetizer course.
Jesus Christ.
And she sets the jugs down.
People, holy shit!
The first tray she sets down accompanies 3 jugs, all of different vintages of wine, the ones you are familiar with. The other, she sets some fine foods, like some like tartar and like rabbit legs, finely seared. She places down before you. It's like the sort of appetizers you would expect at a catered event for a fancy venue. You know what I mean? She places a plate in front of each of you with a sort of smattering of appetizers, and then quickly makes her way back to the kitchen. Please. Eat and ask your questions. I am an open book.
I'll hop up on my knees so I can get up on this food. And I'm gonna start to just,
The first bite.
Naturally.
I
And he
freeze.
takes.
Yeah, Kaz has just like a tiny little rivulet of drool going down his head.
It's like the Indiana Jones scene. Bad dates.
And
Running down her tusks.
he
like a
moves
little drool.
around the table, pouring out just a sip from each of the goblets of wine set before you, and like one of the tenders, of the appetizers set on each of your plates, placing it onto his own, takes a sip and samples each of the foods placed before you. Satisfied?
Can I still do some type of check on the food, like to make sure, like it could be something he's immune to or something, or?
That's a good call.
Sure, yeah.
Smart.
Call it survival.
Okay.
Call it survival.
May I
A
do
Trevor
that
fail
as well?
story.
Yes,
I was
of
gonna
course.
say, call it survival. And then more.
That is a 21.
Whoa.
You beat me, so yeah.
Artemis, you're no stranger to...
22. Sorry, I can do math.
That one also beats mine, so yeah.
Artemis, you're no stranger to like being skeptical of things proffered to you. But inspecting the food, seeing the way that he imbibes it, you do not pick up on anything suspicious. Your fears are laid to rest.
I think I'm gonna not drink the wine, but I'll take a little. I'll eat a little food.
It is savory and delicious. In fact, arguably maybe the best thing that you've tasted since you came to Barovia.
I think Drogar for the first time lets his guard down. I think for the first time he picks up this rabbit leg and just smells it and just just eats it succulently and is like,
It just melts off the bone. It is the finest thing you have tasted since arriving here.
you see this weight leave him.
It's spiced and cooked to perfection.
He just takes a bite and he's like, oh,
I shall offer
fine cooking.
Vasilka your highest compliments.
Oh, please do so.
I'm feeling the same thing. I'm like up on my knees and I kind of see you doing that and I like relax and like eat some and I'm gonna reach for if I can see if the champagne is available, I'm gonna try and find it.
Everything in moderation, my dear. There's some time yet before you are able to join us at that table.
Have some cranberry juice.
Drogar looks at Winnie and goes, like mid-bite. Gotta be more slick than that, kid.
Kaz watches Artemis, also is trying to adjudicate the like survivability of this food, and it's like it's sort of not getting a sense of it, but sees Artemis and like picks up on him getting a good sense of it, and does not have a refined palate. Just starts like scarfs food down. But I think a moment passes and she sort of realizes that like, oh, this is perhaps a bit too fancy for that, and she kind of just scarfs it slower. Like she doesn't. It's not so much like as it is like take a handful and like. And, like place it down and then take another handful.
Kaz, I might invite you to try chewing the food.
I've been chewing. Got any other advice?
Please, my friends, you must forgive me. Please do indulge me in some opulence. This is a dark place and so full of terrors. Please do indulge me in seizing on a bit of refinement and peace where it can be had. But do not hold my tastes to your censure. Enjoy. It is for you.
Forgive me. Refinement and peace are things I'm not used to.
Especially those two words, refinement and peace.
She has other gifts.
I'm just proud that I pronounced them right.
And I hazard a guess you have not seen much since arriving here in Barovia. Am I correct?
Yes.
Well, as promised, now that we have filled our bellies of a sort, and at this point, Vasilka again comes out with a main course, a roast pheasant for each of you, finely garnished with lemon and rosemary, and places it before each of you. It's like the legs stick out with those little like fluttery tassels at the end, and and there's like a nice like mash and coleslaw as a side.
I bet there's a name for those things. I'm
sure that
I'm
there
tempted
is.
to Google it, but I'm not going to.
Drogar sees this placed in front of him and kind of has this like little flashback of him and another person with a meal prepped like this in front of them, and just looks at it and just looks up and thinks that he sees somebody looking at him, and then it's gone, and he's like,
A special someone?
maybe. I don't know. Abbott,
Yes, my friend.
why all of this? You know us not. For all you know, we could be servants of Strahd.
Though it is true I have not met you, many a tale of your exploits has reached me here, even in the closed-off city of Kresk. You are the ones, are you not, who rescued a wayward princess from the devil's castle, defy him at every turn, stopped a monstrous tree from destroying city after city, defeated an army conjured by one of his most faithful servants, and rescued more than your fair share of poor Barovians.
Well, when you put it that way, I mean... Yes.
This is the least. This is the least I can do to proffer thanks to heroes. There are not many who carry themselves with such repute in this land. I am merely thankful that you have come to my humble abbey, and I make you this offering as a token of my friendship, cooperation, and further partnership.
It doesn't seem like, in all the times we've been fed food and sat down to talk freely about stuff, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of incentive to go against Strahd.
Indeed. He rules this place with an iron hand. I have had first account of his terror and power. And in fact, that is indeed why I am so glad you have chosen to join me here for dinner this evening. Unless I must miss my guess, it is your intention to attempt to defeat the devil. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing short of it.
We are aligned in this. And yet, my friends, and I hope very much I may call you friends, it is my lamentable duty to let you know 'tis a fool's errand.
We've already been told that a bunch of times.
Yes, but until you see it for yourself. The devil, he is master of this place. Even if he can be killed, he cannot be defeated. If you will indulge me, I shall tell you my story, my coming to this place. For long ago, I heard of a dark realm obscured by mist, captured in the clutches of a devil. With all my power and all my reckoning, I thought myself worthy and powerful enough to release the people of this valley of their curse. And there were others, before me and after, who thought the same. Though, if you will admit me a bit of admonishment, I think perhaps I was the best suited to the task who has approached this valley. I came to this place thinking to smote the devil, his ruin falling upon the mountain side that flanks these valleys, and so I did. I came to this place, reopened this place of healing, learning, and light, and I killed Strahd von Zarovich, running a blessed blade through his very heart. I thought my task accomplished and set about celebration, but it was not a fortnight before the devil returned. And undaunted, I thought to myself, perhaps it takes a bit more than the average demon to dispel this curse. And so again, I racked his body with holy fire, killing him again, and again he came back. Over and over and over and over. He returned time and time again, no matter the manner of dispatch I employed. My friends, there is no defeating the devil through force of arms. I am loath to be the one to deliver this news unto you, but please, my aim is to spare you the madness and suffering I have endured, and to show you a better way.
What way is that?
As I'm sure you have collected thus far, the devil is bound to this place, not by hatred, not by ruin, not by madness, but by love. He continues to hold this valley in his clutches, to find a lost love of his. This, I propose, is the way forward. Not combat, not vengeance, not cleansing even, but love. Love is how we will defeat the devil. He must be moved beyond this dogged obsession with a woman far gone. If his heart can again be filled, perhaps his mind will be set to rest. You may think this a laughable notion, but take it from one who has killed him far past a dozen, 100, 1,000 times. This is the way forward.
Am I to understand that you wish for us to give Strahd the bride he seeks?
No. I advise to give him one who will put his soul to rest. Basilica again appears. My ward, my charge. Long have I trained her in the arts of etiquette and display. She is almost ready, aren't you, my darling? And she gives another bow. I will present our mad count with one who can fulfill his every desire, need, and want, and only then will peace return to this place. Only through love can the devil be conquered. This and no other way.
Kaz is immediately, like, on the verge of raging. She, like, the moment she realizes that Vasilka is, like, this sacrificial lamb, she, like, spits out whatever bit of pheasant is in her mouth. But, like, holds it in for just a second, and just two clenched fists rest gently on the table. She says,
The man has not one, not two, but 3 brides already, and was about to have a 4th. How much do you think he needs? How special? To be fair, she's a great cook. How special do you think she is? That is what is going to put a stop to his reign of bullshit.
I understand your skepticism, and am sympathetic. When first the notion appeared to mine own mind, I thought myself a fool. But Vasilka, she gives another bow. Tell them our plight and purpose. And she, and again, the wedding train sort of moving gingerly with the breath of her voice. All of us are put on this earth for a purpose. That is what the Master has taught his children, and it is what he has taught me. I save this valley. It's what I do.
3 things. 1, what's for dessert? 2, go right ahead, Vasilka, but if I can give you one piece of advice, that wedding train should be at least 300 feet long. I forget number 3.
Yes, bitch! Yes! Yes!
Yeah. I have number 3 for you.
Hit me, Drogar.
Number 3 is that these people did not make decisions of their own accord.
I remember number 3.
Go ahead.
What was Marenza's purpose?
Yeah, my children, I more than understand. You see, when they came to me from afar, afflicted with a horrible illness, born, no doubt, I had my mind of these wretched mists that ate their flesh and devoured their minds. My first task in this valley, before I ever set out to defeating the devil, was to help these poor, wretched souls. But this place, I'm sure you have seen it. our spells, our power, our light does not behave, does not answer in the way we would expect in this place. This was the only way I could find forward to heal their wretched flesh, but to replace it with something else. Believe me, I endeavored to cure their souls and mend their bodies. In the end, this is the only way I could find. I hope that you will understand, my friends. This is the best I could do. It is lamentable, their condition, but at least here they have purpose and safety. They are safe from a world who will not accept them. Here, they can find family and a home.
Well, you're right. I've watched as each of my friends has tried to pray to their respective gods and been met with silence, or the devil himself invading their dreams. Lucky for all of us, my God imbued in me a rage from the moment I was born that I couldn't shake wherever I am. And I've seen it here as I have anywhere else. So go ahead and wed whatever brainless pawn, no offense, you're a really good cook, you want to the devil. I want to try to do it my way.
Of course, you cannot be blamed. I will not stop you. I will not hold you or try to convince you otherwise. Eventually, you will arrive at my conclusions.
Let me get there myself. Which brings me back to my first question. What's for dessert?
He snaps and Vasilka goes back to the kitchen and brings out a fine tiramisu, lightly coated with bay leaves, and places it before all of you.
She is a really damn good cook. I feel bad.
Listen. You...
I know.
No, you don't. No, you do not. You're a fool. And I believe you, that you are doing your best. But you said you won't keep us? You won't try to stop us? There's a person chained outside, screaming, trying to get out.
Regrettable, but it is for their own benefit.
You don't know that.
What should I do? Release her? Send her to Kresk, or send her to Kresk where the rangers will fill her with arrows? Send her into the wilds beyond, where she'll be devoured by some half-man, half-wolf. I have endeavored to find a solution more humane, more beneficial for my children, and am left with nothing.
Give
but
her
where
the
I
choice. Give her the choice. If she was really your child, you would not have that much control either. If you were a good parent, you would let her go out there and fuck it up. And you are wrong about the devil. No woman can serve him. Because if she goes there willingly to do whatever he wants, he will not want her as much as he will want a prisoner.
You and I serve two different lights. And here's how I know why. Though it is true that you and I have the same etiquette of serving the light and doing what's right, and seeking the best path to save all those that the light shines on, you do not understand its boundaries. For you seek to play God. There comes a point where the light cannot help those who are damaged. For life is life. And the way that the light shines, there comes an end to all life at some point. And you, as one who serves the light, must know when it is time to lay your cause to rest. But you, dear friend, you've lost that. I see that now with your servants, with your friends.
Regrettable. I had hoped we could find common cause, but I do not blame you for being where you are on your journey. As I said, I am not your enemy. I had hoped we could find common cause and joint effort, but it appears we are still very far apart, my friends.
We're certainly not enemies. I don't think I would call you my friend.
No. But there is still hope that perhaps one day.
Sure.
Well, at the very least, I hope I shall extend and hope you will take advantage of my courtesy. The Abbey will be a home to you. And at the very least, perhaps you could meet the other traveller who I am also unable to sway. You could find her in the library. She seeks the same as you do, a way to overpower the devil through force of arms, though I have told her as well this is fruitless. But perhaps you can find some comfort in each other.
Who said that we wished to overthrow him by force of arms?
I think that was me. To be totally fair.
Well, that sounds very accurate. What my friend means to say is that we are weighing our options.
Nah, I said what I meant.
Please, weigh them in whatever quantities are necessary. I hope at least that you will stay the night here in the Abbey. Use it as a place to recuperate, gather your strength back before you set out on your mission again.
I would love to go to the library tonight. Can we do that after dessert?
Most assuredly.
Okay.
DM, remind me how long the trek was from...
From
Do I want to stay?
How long the trek was from Kresk to the Abbey?
Only about an hour.
Okay. Drogar will keep his thoughts to himself, but he will look at the abbot and smile and nod. But he will most certainly look at Kaz and Artemis and Winnie as in, like, we should not stay here the night. There's nothing wrong with seeing the library. There's nothing wrong with looking around and seeing what there is here.
Yeah, Kaz is on board with that. She doesn't. I think she does not feel imperiled by staying here, but we're either staying here or staying somewhere in Kresk, and it's only an hour away. Mm-hmm. And Kresk does not give her the heebie-jeebies. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
you must do what you think is right, of course.
There's a plaque with the sun on it in here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who's that too?
Anyway, now that we've thoroughly offended you, let me ask you for a favor.
What's that say?
I'm now, when we walked into dinner with Lady Walker, Winnie had heart-shaped eyeballs.
you had such high hopes.
Oh,
yeah.
And at this point, I don't anymore.
Okay.
And I'm not as...
Oh no.
Oh no.
I pulled the Campbell. I dropped my earring.
I'm gonna eat the rest of my food and look around the room. And my eyes fall on the sun on that plaque. And I'm just gonna ask him, is the Morning Lord your guy?
question, isn't it? The Morning Lord is the name, moniker, as you like, that the people of this valley gave, but it is not the true name, as I think you know, and you as well, Master Drogar. There is as many names for the light as there are individuals to call it. But they all names call for the same fire. All roads lead to the same warmth. We serve the light, all of us. All who are opposed to the devil, anyway.
Yes. But I think it's complicated.
Very true, little one.
It is complicated by our mortal whims. When transcended, things become very simple.
No, I don't think so. I think mortal whims is all that matters.
Let's do as you think is right.
And she's just like, I don't know. She's a little disappointed in this guy and what seems like short-sightedness. Surrounded by people who seem to care about him so much. And he seems not to see them as people.
If you decide to give this, and he looks at the bride, and he just kind of looks down and goes, this husk to Strahd, he will eviscerate her where she stands.
I am not a husk, Master. This is my choice, she says. I would ask you respect it as much as your own choices.
I simply wish not to see you harmed.
Harmed? That will bring peace to this place. What could be a greater purpose than that?
You seek to replace something that he cannot replace. One that is long lost. Am I to understand this?
I seek to heal a wound that is long festered.
Yes, well.
I walk up to Vasilka.
You do.
I try and take her hand.
She lets you.
I cast light. Can I cast light on her face if I'm holding her hand? What I'm attempting to do is take her hand and cast light and have light shine off of her face so I can do a daredevil on her face.
Ah, I see. Sure. Yeah, go for it.
So I take her hand, I cast light, and I'm hoping that light shines off her face so I can kind of just get an image of her face kind of shining through her veil.
You do so. And it alights behind this wedding veil, and you see her features. They are soft and delicate. She is a beautiful woman. It does not reach her eyes. So her eyes are still kind of pools of darkness because you've cast it, on the features of her face. But she is a beautiful woman, and you all are privy to sort of an impression of her features as Winnie sort of illuminates her face.
I know you want to do something good. And I know it makes sense to make sacrifices for something bigger. But even if it's your choice, it's not worth sacrificing your whole self for somebody who doesn't want to do good. Okay? I know you've thought about this way longer than this one conversation. I just wanted to say that.
She kind of squeezes your hand back and looks down at you, and you can see again the sort of illuminated features through the wedding veil stare down at you. The eyes still blank, but looking down at you. And she just kind of holds your gaze, so to speak, clutching your hand. And the abbot speaks. Such innocence. We should all draw strength and lessons from you, young one.
Okay.
Vasilka remains silent.
And then I'm gonna look up to Vasilka so that only she can hear and say, I was talking to you.
She courteously bows again.
I'll do a big courteous bow. And then I'll start walking toward the library.
Learn how to use a javelin. And then she walks.
Incredible.
Yes.
The solution to every problem is to teach them how to use a javelin.
I have
Teach
5.
that woman how to throw a javelin.
I think I tried to give her one.
Teach that lady how to use a
I
javelin.
have 5.
Do you give her a
I'm gonna try
javelin?
to give her one. Yeah. I'm trying to give her a javelin.
Yeah.
She holds it gingerly in her hands. And again, just sort of courteously bows.
That's not okay. Teach her how to use a javelin,
She says to the abbot.
I shall endeavor to do so.
In addition to etiquette and cooking and looking pretty, she should know how to defend herself with something that is hard and sharp.
Should my plans come to fruition, all within this valley will no longer need to defend themselves.
Yeah, but we're not there yet, so teach her how to use the fucking javelin. Sorry, I got angry. Let's go to the
I'm
library.
gonna take Kaz's hand.
Mom, you're yelling again. Come on.
You're right, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go.
Drogar approaches.
Pointy end goes into the fleshy bits. Okay, I'm done.
Kaz is a mood tonight! I would like to rage!
I'll drink to that.
I'm not there yet, but I'd like to be.
Agreed. Alright, headed to the library, everybody.
Yes, please.
Cloven will show you the way. And again, as you
good.
make your way
Great. This guy again.
to the door of the dining room, Cloven appears
Fucked up crab days.
as if by magic again, and says, "Library, all should be pleased to be given access to the master's private study.
Oh my god.
I will show you the bell and then leave. I will show you the way and then leave you, for I must attend to my duties."
Poor guy's been out of water for hours. He's probably
my
suffocating.
You think the fucker was walking in the desert for 9 hours?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Trevor.
Alright, let's walk that way.
Yep. Is the baby still sleeping?
Yeah. You are led out of the dining hall and back across the courtyard to the eastern wing of the Abbey. Passed back by Morenza,
Oh, good. Oh, great.
still
Even better.
laying sort of in the dirt resignedly.
Yeah.
You were led through a front door and up a flight of staircases. You see down, before you come to the staircase, you see down a hallway, a long row, a long hallway with 8 sets of doors down it. At the far end of that hallway, a broad, tall figure in a cloak, sort of standing sentry. But Cloven just continues to carry on up a flight of staircases. You are brought up to the second floor and brought to a grand set of double doors. And he kind of turns back around to you as you all kind of take place up before the set of doors. Behold, travelers, and make your peace, for you are about to witness a piece of history that very few get to witness. The library of Saint.
Drogar hands him a neckerchief.
Thank you. And he takes it with his crab claw. And hands it back to you.
Drogar just.
Just immolates it.
Immolates the fucking neckerchief.
Holy shit!
Nobody's going to use that anymore.
The library of Saint Markovia. And he claps his lobster claw to one of the handles of the door and swings it open. And inside it's, I don't know what y'all's experience is with, like, before coming to Barovia with, like, libraries is, but this is a temple.
I think I've seen a book before.
This is a temple to knowledge. This huge wing, like the second and third floor of this abbey, are all dedicated. It's an open air floor with huge rising stacks of books. Books upon books upon books, winding and weaving through shelves, almost in a maze-like quality. One could spend the next 1,000 years here and not read through all the pages contained within. Please, meander as you most see fit. I must return to my duties and ring the bell for dinner.
Please. Thank you.
He, like, turns his whole body around, keeping his eyes on you, and then turns his head and goes.
Exit applause for Cloven. Yes.
I close the door behind me and look at the two of them and go, I really hate that guy.
You are in the library now. Light filters in delicately through tall bay windows, sort of flanking the sides of the abbey. And it is just, like, I don't know if anyone's ever read Maze Runner, but it's like that with stacks of books.
Wow.
The time is yours.
This person that the abbot described.
Yes, the other
Yeah.
stranger. Mm-hmm.
Is there someone else here?
You don't see anybody.
Kaz does not give a shit about the books.
You know, not much of a reader, as we've established. But I will try to find this person. I can find the person pretty well.
I'm trying to find the person.
You know, I haven't seen a library of this size since I was teaching at Othro.
Oh, that's great. Why don't you tell us the story about it?
As I walk off.
Drogar takes a wide step and keeps up with Kaz. And goes,
Well, you see, Kaz, it all started 350 years ago when
I have regrets.
When I was accepted as a teacher at Othro.
You make your way in. You make your way into the meandering stacks. Drogar telling his tale along the way.
and it just like cuts in and out.
And that's how I got adjunct professor. And so you see, after meeting the provost,
I have regrets.
of this, that's when I started to work on my badges.
As you make your way into the stacks of books, it's strange. It's reminiscent of when you have made your way through the winding dark woods of Barovia. You almost seem to lose your way amongst the stacks of books. They seem to twist and turn, not in a sensical fashion, but almost as if these stacks of library books have grown organically, springing up as if a forest of knowledge.
The third bestiary of Abracot. Yeah, I had an original press of this. What's up,
Should I have brought breadcrumbs?
Yeah, really.
But continuing your way forward, after some time traveling and sort of just getting the lay of the land, so to speak, you come across a table at which lit candles are burning merrily. And books and scrolls are splayed across the surface, thrown in a cacophonous order as if being perused through and readily discarded in a frantic search for something. But you don't see anyone. The time is yours.
Can I hop up on a seat? If there's a seat at this table, can I?
You do so. Yeah, there's a chair sat out at an odd angle to the desk as if someone pushed it back with the momentum of them standing up.
Okay, I'll push it back in and I'll up on it and stand on it and I'm there illuminated in candlelight with both hands on the table, and I'll pull the candle closer to me and see what's on the table.
Spread across, give me a perception check.
All I've done tonight is perceive things.
We're doing a lot of perceiving this evening.
Don't look at it. Fuck! I didn't perceive very much.
We've done a lot of attempting perception.
It's a 7 total.
You hike your way up there, Winnie, and begin poring over the scrolls and books deposited on the table. They all, it's just a bit too much for, they're all clearly old and detailing geography. And you even notice some, epic poems, of a Homerian style, of St. Markovia's crusade, as it were, to Castle Ravenloft for, 300 years ago. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But just as you're beginning to dig into the materials of the pages displayed therein, Artemis, give me a dexterity saving throw.
What? It wasn't even a skull. 13.
Artemis, you look at Winnie as she kind of clambers up on this desk and begins poring over the scrolls. You get a funny feeling, maybe the hair on the back of your neck starts to stand up. And you kind of just turn your head back and forth, looking through the stacks, and then you look up. And you see a woman with her legs in a split, one heel against two bookshelves, suspending herself in the air, and just as you look up to take notice of her, she kicks in her legs and begins to fall. She wraps her thighs around your neck and uses the momentum of her fall to kind of spin like Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad and take you down to the ground and pulls out a dagger, holding it against your throat. And then she looks to the rest of you and says, "Enough! One more step and your friend will be a head shorter." And I think we'll call it there.
Oh, wow! Normally I have to pay for that kind of treatment.